Oh, look who came to say hi. Oh my goodness. She makes the weirdest noises. Derby. Derby, you silly thing. Welcome back, all my fragrance fanatic friends and beauty besties. I hope that you guys are having an amazing day today. And if you're not, just know that I have an Instagram. You can DM me anytime. I have an email as well if you need to reach out, if you need somebody to talk to, if you're lonely, if you need a friend, if you just want to talk, chit chat about perfume, that's fine too. I want you to know that I'm here for you if you ever need me. I think of us all as like a fragrance family, and I just love this whole community, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. So if you are new here, hi, my name is Jamie, and on this channel we mostly talk about perfumes. And if that seems like something you would be interested in, and you like the vibe of the channel, and you want to become one of the fragrance family members, we would love to have you. If you wouldn't mind subscribing and clicking the like button, that really helps my channel grow. So for today's video, we're gonna be talking about my most complimented perfumes. Now, I have in the past made a video, most complimented perfumes from my husband. I will put a picture up here of what I'm talking about, and I will leave the link down below in the description box too, if you're curious to check it out. He is a very picky one to please. So there were only 4 out of my whole collection that he's ever complimented me on a regular basis. He really loves these. But I will add a 5th one to the list. He did really like Aromatics Elixir as well. But we're not gonna be talking about in this video. This video is gonna be about the compliments I get outside of the house from strangers or just friends that I'm meeting up with, or different family members that I don't live in my house with me, So I will leave the links to where I purchased all these perfumes in the description box below. If any of them are Amazon links, I do get a commission from that. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's kick things off with none other than the Queen Bee herself, Burberry Goddess. Oh my goodness. This is one of those perfumes that, I mean, I know that she's really only been around since like 2023. She's really not that old. She's still very young for her age, but she is going to be one of those iconic perfumes that we never forget. Like 40, 50 years from now, they're still going to be talking about Burberry Goddess, and she's still going to be worn. She's just going to be one of those type of perfumes. This is such an amazing vanilla, and it's like, it's cozy and comforting, but it also has a sexiness to it. But it's not like I'm wearing a fancy dress, dressed up for the night type of sexy. This is a very casual sexy. Like, she's not trying too hard type of sexy. She always gets me compliments, and why wouldn't she? She's absolutely amazing. The next one we have is J'adore L'Or. Now, again, like I've always said, if you've been on my channel for a while, don't look at the notes on Fragrantica. It does not do this perfume justice. This is a white floral perfume, yes, but there is just, it's just so smooth, and there's a sweetness there. And this is the type of perfume that doesn't get you a compliment like when you are face to face with somebody. It's not really that type of, or at least I've never seen it to be that type of perfume where somebody's gonna, like, you're talking with somebody and they're like, oh, you smell so good. This is a type of perfume that you're talking with somebody, yada, yada, yada. And then when you get up to leave, to go refill your drink, go to the bathroom, whatever it is you're doing, you get up and leave, the scent trail, that's when they're gonna notice. And that's when they're gonna be like, whoa, wow, hey, you smell really good. This is the type of perfume that when you're walking down the street, people aren't going to stare at you, or at least not that you're going to see, because as you're walking by, people are just, going about their day on their cell phones, doing their thing. But once you pass them and you keep on walking, guarantee they're going to stop in their tracks and turn around. Like, what was that? What was that I just smelled? Because it's that type of scent. It will linger on things too. If you go somewhere and then you leave, wherever you were, that perfume, that scent will linger. And it's just, she's amazing. She's amazing. And so those are the type of compliments I get, are usually when I'm on the move, I'm moving, not just sitting still. That's when I get those compliments, like, whoa, what does that smell? She's sexy, she's intoxicating and alluring, and she draws you in, and just, oh, love this perfume. Next up, we have Mont Blanc Signature. You guys, this one gets me compliments every time. I don't know what it is about this one, but I mean, she's amazing, but I don't know what, she must project more than what I perceive her to project. Like, because I get compliments all the time when I'm out in the neighborhood, when I'm picking up my my girls like to go riding their bikes in the neighborhood. We have like sidewalks and stuff, and there's a lot of different neighbor kids here. So it's a great place for my kids to play. And sometimes when it's time to come home, they won't pick up, or, you know, they won't answer their cell phones. So then I've got to get out in my car and drive off and get them. And usually, you know, I'll interact with like the moms in the neighborhood, and they always compliment me when I'm wearing this every time. It is such a creamy, musky perfume, but it's got that clementine. Clementine is one of my favorite citruses. And it's got this clementine in here mixed with this creamy vanilla muskiness that comes off like a creamsicle. And this is the type of clean, this isn't the animalic musk. This is more of a clean musk, but not soapy. It's very important, because sometimes clean, you know, can equal soapy, but not in this case. I think of this as, I mean, yes, she's clean, but she's so sweet as well that it's not technically gourmand, but it almost smells edible. It smells like a really nice sweet creamsicle. But yeah, there's just something about this that projects just right and just works with my body chemistry. And she's definitely one of my top perfumes for life. Like, I will always have this in my collection. Absolutely love her. Cherry Ambition is also another one that I've gotten many a compliment on. This is just, you know, the sweet, juicy, almost a little tart cherry mixed with the fluffy, powdery marshmallows. You've got the saffron that gives it a little bit of like a smooth, light leather in this perfume. And then there's a resinous, warm, spicy amber quality going on in here. And she just smells so sweet and delicious, but also sexy and a little flirty. And just, I really love this one. And like I said, she gets me so many compliments. People love this. Another amazing compliment getter is the OG Donna Born in Roma. I mean, she's just a great people pleaser. She is my most reliable scent. Like, if ever I'm not really sure what's going on for the day, you know, I can always rely on her. I know that she's going to be appropriate and smell amazing for any occasion, anywhere I'm going, whatever the weather might be. And I know that she's going to last all day long. I don't have to worry about her fading. And I know that she's going to project amazing. And I know that she's going to be a type of scent that most people, not everyone, you know, because everyone's different, but for the majority of people are going to find this very pleasant on me. So she's so dependable and reliable. And I feel like sometimes, because she's so popular, a lot of people kind of roll their eyes like, oh, not a Donna Born in Roma, you know, it's so basic. Everyone has that. But actually, a lot of times when I've worn this and gotten a compliment on it from somebody, they will ask me like, oh, what is that? You know, and I'll tell them, and they'll be like, oh, okay, here, let me write this down. Like, they've never, outside of our little fragrance bubble, you know, at least in my area, you know, not a lot of people, you know, not a lot of people keep up with, like, you know, what the fragrance is. You know, a lot of people, some of them maybe only have one fragrance in their collection, and they don't really, you know, they just don't keep up with that type of stuff because it's just not interesting to them. And I completely understand, 100%. You know, we all have our own little hobbies and things we love and we're interested in. But there's not a lot of people that smell like this where I live. I know that it might seem basic, like, oh, I definitely don't want to buy this perfume because everyone and their mother has it, you know, but do they? Do they really? You know, just double check to make sure, because, you know, sometimes it's not that way. And that's how it is with this one. And I always get compliments, and people just love, she's just a crowd pleaser, reliable, lover. And then we have Libre Le Parfum. This one is my favorite from the entire line. I love all of them. All of them are really nice. The Intense, Libre Intense, that one is amazing vanilla perfume. I do love that one. And I do really enjoy the new Flowers and Flames that they came out with. That one's really nice as well. I'm still debating on whether I want to pick up a full bottle actually, but none of them compare to the Libre Le Parfum. Like, this is like, she is that girl. She's going to get you the compliments. This is very sexy, but also it's that perfect balance between cozy and comforting, but also very sexy and sensual all at the same time, like working together. And, you get the honey in there. And one thing I've been meaning to mention for like forever for you guys, and I keep on forgetting every time I make a video about this, is that I don't pick up, like, the honey in here is much lighter to my nose in the colder when it's really cold outside, like 30 below. The honey in here is much lighter. It's when the weather gets up to like the 60s, 70s, like that's when the honey becomes very thick and sweet and dense and creamy. Either way, I love it. I love it both ways, but I just wanted to share that with you guys because I've been meaning to for forever and forgot. But then there's the lavender in here, and I feel like out of all the Libre perfumes, this is the one with the least amount of lavender. Still a good amount of lavender, but least amount of lavender. And it just kind of balances out the sweet things. And then you have this bourbon vanilla in here, and you've got the citruses and a warm spiciness, and it's just a beautifully sexy, like sensual perfume, and it just always gets me compliments. This next one comes with a story. Eternal Coffee. This one is one of the very few coffee perfumes that I actually enjoy, because I'm not normally a coffee perfume lover. To my nose, sometimes the coffee is too bitter and black, and I like more of a very creamy, sweet coffee. I like more of like when I have my coffee in the morning, it's mainly a cup of creamer with like a splash of coffee in it. That's how I like my coffee, and that's how I like my coffee perfumes. And that's how this is, like a caramel macchiato, very sweet, creamy. So with this one, it was late at night. I'll keep this brief, but I thought one of my dogs swallowed a pill. I didn't know which dog it was, so I had to bring them all to the emergency vet in the middle of the night. I was freaking out, thinking, oh my God, I just killed my dogs, but they're fine. Everything's fine. No one swallowed anything. That was just me overreacting and panicking over something that didn't even really happen. And it cost me a ton of money. If you've ever been to an emergency vet, oh my goodness, you got to take out a second mortgage, let me tell you. Especially when you have more than one going to the emergency room. Oh, that still makes me sick to my stomach how much money I lost from that. And it was just a stupid mistake. Anyway, so right before we leave, it was really cold outside. I had my PJs on because, it was late at night. So I just grabbed the first sweater that I found, and I rushed out the door and I left. Well, that sweater was one that I had worn before with this perfume on it. And it was several days before too. And so we go to the emergency vet, they get checked out, they do the blood work and all the things, these poor puppies. And so while we're there, the nurses, or I guess you call them vet techs, the vet techs kept on complimenting me on my perfume. Like, oh my gosh, we just love your perfume. What is that? And it took me a minute number one, because I was still in like panic mode, like, and then it also took me a minute because I was thinking I didn't put on any perfume, and then I was like, oh, I did, I was like, oh yeah, it's Eternal Coffee. Yeah, I've got it on my sweater here. I'd forgotten all about it, and they just loved it, were raving about it, and wanted to write it down and what it was. And so I thought that was a really interesting story, but my puppies are fine. Everything's good. They just But that was probably I would say that's probably my interesting compliment that I've ever got before, was from the vet techs at an emergency room at midnight. So those are all of my most complimented perfumes. I would love to know in the comment section, what are some of your perfumes that you get the most compliments on? Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And remember to seize the day and overspray. Bye guys.